you have your phone. Good day, my name is Katinka. I'm the seamstress at the cottage and I'm coming to you from South Africa. It's another scorcher, so I've moved myself outside. I've got all the family lying there. Bubbles is still trying to find a spot where he's comfy, but Pinky and Felicia is bonded. They are always close to each other. It's so cute. And I brought my lounge outside to sit here and chat to you. So today's Friday sews. I love Friday sews. It's this hashtag that started from Jen, from the Day and Jen Sewing Room, and it was started to bring the sewing community together, where we can show what we've sewn that week and also just chat about life in general. Thank you, Jen. I'll put a link for her channel below. What I've been doing, I made this dress. It is Patrick B 5045 and it's called Fast and Easy, and it really is fast and easy. I know I might be a bit biased because I can sew really fast, but even my friend who's not that fast, she was able to do it very quickly. I don't think you can find it anymore. It's not in print, but you do find it often on Etsy and those places. So I gave it a V, and I was not able to get it out as long as this dress, because this fabric was given to me in 2014 by a friend. It was the remnants of something that she made, and I just love it. It is such a beautiful linen. I think there's a bit of rayon in it if I look at the drape, but it's beautiful. So what I did is I lined it with some viscose because I want it to be all natural. I would have preferred to line it with silk, but firstly I cannot really find silk chamois. I've been looking everywhere, and if I find it, it is so expensive. I can't afford it. So I decided to use viscose because it's still a natural fiber. I didn't have enough to give it to him, so I used bias binding that I made for the camisole that I posted on Tuesday. I used the leftover bias binding to hem the dress with it, and I just sewed it in by hand in the end. I sewed it down and then folded it over and sewed it in, and it's beautiful. It really looks nice on. Because the fabric has been in my stash since 2004 basically, and has moved quite a lot and to different towns and cities and places, it had a few stains. I was able to get most of them out. There's still one little yellow spot on that side under there. I don't know if you could see, but otherwise I got it clean, and I think if I just treat it, I will be able to get that out as well. The jury is still out. I look stunning. Even if I can say it myself, I feel stunning in this dress, but it's just too short. It comes to there, and that's not a nice length. And I don't want a short linen dress. Linen dresses need to be long and flowy. But I have a friend who's shorter than me, so if I can get the stain out, I might sell it to her. She loves the linen dresses as well. The next thing is I've got an order for a bridesmaid dress. So this will be underneath and this will be over, and it is that with this at the bottom, like a fishtail dress. So this is New Look 6057. I have used this pattern so much already. And then this is Style 1768. I love style patterns. They don't print them anymore, but you do find them online sometimes. And it's just a basic, like I think it's 6 pieces that's in the dress. So I will combine those two to make the dress. I have also had an order for another pair of jumpsuits in black, and I ordered online. It's a fabric company called Shamdor. I'll put a link to them for the South African viewers, and they have a very nice variety. This is a cotton, but when it got here I realized it's quite a bit see-through, but I think it will still work because it's for summer and you want to be cool. So I need to make an order, and then there was enough to cut a shorty out as well. So it's also a jumpsuit, but it's just going to be a short one. Comes to here. So that has been all the work for the week. And did I do anything else? No, the house has been too hot. It's been too hot. So what is my life update? Life update on Monday, Malish went to the groomers. Malicious, Malish, come here. Show how cute you look. Come show. Don't she look cute? She looks like a puppy. And she's been so much cooler, and she's not been breathing so hard at the moment, because when she's so hot, she's literally just the whole time. Her ear is much better. It's still a bit swollen, but not as much. And oh, she's just too cute. So I took her to the groomers. It's called Paws and Claws. I'll also put a link to them. They are an amazing company. They also do the most amazing pet hotel. But if you ever have to send your animals anywhere in the world, they're awesome. They do that as well. So I'll put a link underneath. But she always goes to them and she loves them. She literally walks in there and it's like she owns the place. It's too cute. So she went for a haircut, and every time she goes, she gets weighed. Because when they get older, she's almost 13 this year, you don't want them to carry extra weight because it actually hurts their hips. So she's still on track. She's actually exactly where she needs to be. Not last time, the time before, she was about 3 kilos too much for her size and everything. And at the moment, she is exactly where she needs to be. She can gain maybe another kilo, but not more than that. So yes, she had a haircut. So we got back from that, and I parked my car in the shade over there. And then I had to sort something out, and I had to go and see the guy who's going to sort out my internet for me so that can stay on while the power is off. So I'm setting up a station with a little bit of a power supply that will keep the modem running and my laptop and maybe a light while the power is off. So we looked at about 6 hours that I wanted to be running. So I was going to go there and take my UPS that I have at the moment, take it there because the battery needed replacing, and then see how we can set up another battery on the same UPS. And the cats didn't move because it was so hot. They were literally lying under the car. I had to grab them by the back leg, pull them out from under the car, and I put them down, both of them, and they just plonked down because they were too hot. That was one of those cold calls. I hate those. It makes me so angry, but anyway, that's beside the point. Let's continue. So these 2 cats didn't move. So finally, I picked them up and I put them where there was water because they were just so hot. And then I got back in my car and I thought I opened the gate, and I didn't. And the gate was already closing halfway, and I drove into it. So the bonnet is out of plastic, and it popped off. Not the whole thing, just the one corner. So I was able to put that back. But the gate was bent, and I couldn't get it back on its track. And in South Africa, you have to have an electric gate and for safety and security. So I couldn't go anywhere. So then I'm sitting here on this windy house step, and I'm sitting and crying, feeling sorry for myself. And as I'm sitting there, I'm realizing, it doesn't help I'm crying. It's not going to change anything. And I phoned my friend to actually fix his gates, and he's like, no, you'll send somebody to come and have a look. And then as I'm busy talking to the guy who came to have a look, the work that I did on the weekend for the 24-hour sewing video of last weekend, I did some extra work. I told you about the order that came in that morning. And that lady arrived and she gave me the money for that order. And it was like extra. We didn't plan on it. And it was exactly enough to fix the gate. So I gave them the money and I was able to fix the gate by the next morning. So it was so awesome. They helped me to put the gate on. It was very wobbly and a lot of things was broken, but I was able to lock the gate for that night. And so that made me think, here we are in a situation where I feel sorry for myself. It is so hot. The cats are melting, literally. Sorry. With being outside, there's a road going past, so it will interfere. The cats are melting and I'm feeling completely sorry for myself, but I'm not achieving anything. So one of the things that I've realized and have decided for this year is I am going to speak life. I'm not going to go into this place any longer of feeling sorry for myself, of speaking negativity and, oh, it's so hot, I can't stand it. It's hot. It's normal. It's summer. Deal with it. So, yes, there's no power. It's okay. The power is going to come on later, and if not, then I'll make another plan because I'm quite resourceful. It's not the end of the world. And these are the things that I'm learning at the moment, or that I'm challenging myself on at the moment, is to not let circumstances get me down. So years ago, when I was much younger, I lived in Israel for a few years and I was working there. And the one weekend I went to visit Jerusalem because I love Jerusalem. It's such a beautiful city, and I would just sit and watch people and everything. And it was quite a lonely time in my life because I didn't speak the language, and it was, again, I didn't really want to be there, but where I wanted to be, I couldn't go, and it was one of those situations. So I just was biding my time. And I was sitting in the plane, so there's, at the Wailing Wall, there's like steps going down, and there's a place where you can sit. But you're not allowed to go to the wall if you're not Orthodox. There is a place where you can go, but it was very busy, and also the men are separate and the women are separate, and there's a lot of rules and regulations around that. So, and I didn't really want to go up to the wall. I was just sitting there thinking about stuff and watching people, which is one of my favorite pastimes. And as I was sitting there, a rabbi, I didn't know it was a rabbi at that stage, but this guy, an old man, sat about there, and he started talking to me, and he said to me, oh, where are you from? What are you doing here? And I was like, and it was strange because usually Orthodox Jews don't really talk to Gentiles. And so I said, no, I'm from South Africa, and I've been here for so long, and blah, blah, blah. And so we were starting to chat, and he was like, it was in that time when a lot of buses were exploding, and there were actually lots of bombings, and people were killed, and it was really horrible. And that specific Friday when I went to Jerusalem, a bus actually blew up with all the people in it, and it was horrendous. No survivors, and blah, blah, blah. So we were all, literally, the whole country was shaken, and it was with Rabin. It was just after Yitzhak Rabin was shot, assassinated. And so it was really very turmoil in the country. And sorry, I almost feel like crying when I talk about it. Sorry. Anyway, it was very hectic, and so there were lots of emotions and lots of anger and lots of like hate against nations and races. And so I said to this rabbi, "What do you think about it?" And he said, "You know, my girl, the thing is, God's in control. And sometimes bad things happen. But in that time, you need to remember that if it's good or if it's bad, you don't know. Because in the end, that can actually bring you closer to God." And he turned to me and he said, so if you break your leg and you sit with your leg in a cast and you can't move, but it brings you closer to God, then that is a blessing. And if you take anything from this day, remember that don't look at things the way you see it. Look at things to see the blessing. And that's where it left me in my life. It's like, yes, things happen, but can I see the blessing? Can I see in the midst of that there's a blessing in this client arriving out of the blue because on Monday I needed that money to fix my gate. And that's where I'm at the moment, and I'm choosing to stay there because the alternative is not fun, and life needs to have fun. For me, I'm choosing joy and fun. And sorry, it's been very hectic today. I didn't plan to go there. But I want to say that I really appreciate each of you, and thank you for staying and watching to the end, because I know sometimes I ramble. And if you're not subscribed, will you please subscribe and leave a comment, because I love to chat to you in the comments, and I love the community that is forming here. I hope you have a wonderful sewing week, and that you will find the blessing, even though it doesn't look like it, and that you will see that everything that happens is there for a reason, and in the end, there's a blessing in it. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.